All right. Well, there's a lot going on. So, first of all, let me tell you that I am recording this. When you get the recording, and I know you had one before, I'm going to copy and paste the link. Once you receive the link, I can send it either through your Skype or I can send it through email, whichever you prefer.
Okay.
And you copy and paste it into your browser. But you also want to right-click on it at some point and save it. And when you have that saved, just let me know so that I can delete it from my system, because all the audio just eats up my hard drive. Okay. So I have to delete them. But I always want to make sure that everyone has a copy of it. I can always go back and retrieve it, but then I have to go through the whole download process and then uploading it to you and that kind of thing. So it gets to be a little cumbersome. So I try not to give myself too much more work and try to have to remember.
Hard enough doing it the easy way.
For sure.
Yeah.
Pardon me. So what are we working on for you today, and what did you want to spend a little bit of time chatting first?
Yeah, maybe. What's going on? What can you tell me about anything, I guess? But just before I was deliberately staying off of everything on the computer. I was out in the yard before this just to keep a clear head and everything. And I get back on, and Alf's telling me about how he had a session with you, and he has something he wants to share with me. And I think he's kind of trying to get me to share with him what you and I talked about. He says he hasn't heard it yet, but he even knows it exists. So anyway, interesting, just before I come to talk to you. So I didn't answer in any way, but so much is going on. I mean, I have my own point of view. I just, I don't know what there really is to talk about except to say I'm done with that. I mean, I'm having a problem with what Alf's doing. I said so before when we talked. I said they brought me back into this. The guy that brought me back in, Gary, he's gone too. Now he left, so here I am. And I don't want to be an in and again, out again kind of guy. So I'm interested in just moving forward, but I don't know. Any help you can give me with clarity would be wonderful.
Sure. And, I'm going to be really, really honest with you here, Murray, is that Alf knows I have spoken. Some of his people came to me, I don't know, a week or more ago. One day does not mean anything different to me than the next day. I don't, I'm just not real anal about remembering exactly what date or time or that kind of thing. If I happen to remember, it's great. If I don't, I don't concern myself with it. Mm-hmm. But I'm going to say about a week or so ago, whenever it was, he was returning to the States. And even then, I had people from the group that were contacting me. And being who I am and what the Elohim share with me, with the individuals that connect with me, they give a point of view based on what the person that's asking the questions needs to know, based on their perspective. They're very unique that way. It never comes from my perspective. It comes from theirs. So whatever information that they share with people comes to them in a way that only those people can understand. And if you've listened to any of the shows, you've always heard me say, well, my guys yell at me all the time. It's not really an untrue statement. They don't yell and scream at me like a human being does to a human being. Pardon me. But they do admonish me if I interject into a conversation my own personal understanding of something. They would prefer it to go through them because they're probably a little bit more diplomatic than I am, to be very truthful with you, right?
Sure.
And they can see things that I myself am not able to see always. So with that being said, it's kind of went through the gamut. I've heard from now 7 different people, and one of them included Alf today. That's a long story about Alf and I, one that I've never actually shared with Alf, that he's not sat down and listened because he didn't care to sit down and listen, and that was his choice. I have a lot more information for him and for some of the other people in the group, but they have to ask. I'm not going to just volunteer it. So I did a reading for him today. He requested the reading, which is rare in and of itself, especially since my understanding was from two separate sources is that he had advised people to specifically, certain people in the group, to specifically not get readings from me, even though he recommended it to other people. Now, this has been months and months and months and months ago now. It's not been, like, super recent. So he came to me and got a reading today. And in the reading, they gave him some very clear information. It seems to me, and it saddens me at the same time, that it's probably not been taken in the context in which they presented it. And I don't mean that as a negative, but only is that responsibility and accountability that needed to be taken probably is not. Instead, it could be used as a stepping stone, as it were, to make a point that he's okay and that everything he's doing is okay, which I can assure you that the Elohim will not agree that anyone is doing everything all the time okay, including me, okay? I mean, I'm right up there with the rest of them. They're like, did you hear what you just said? Oh, all right, I'll back off. You know, I mean, I get it just as much as anybody else does, sure. You know. It just is what it is. So, you know, I'm trying to be very diplomatic here because I do know there's people that have approached me that I would call, for the lack of a better way of saying it, spies. And they're trying to get me to say things that would be harmful or hateful to another, and I just can't do it. It's not my deal. I'm not a part of the group. I've never been a part of the group. Right. I simply made my services available to everyone in the group just like I did the general public. Right. It's not something that I wouldn't do. So that being said, he's had this reading, and he'd like for you to listen to it. And I think if you listen to it with kind of an open mind, please ask him to not front load you with the information that's in it. And I was very clear with him. I said, you know, this is a reading that is for you, and this is not something that I recommend you doing. As a matter of fact, I really prefer that you didn't do it. Because what it does is it puts me out of integrity that, you know, my readings are public to everyone, and they're not. Right. When somebody comes to me, I said, you know, they expect me to hold their readings in confidence, and that's what I do. Right. I said, so if you're out there sharing it with everyone and everybody else is sharing it with everybody else, then that takes me out of integrity. And I said, and I can't have that. So he said, well, I'll share it with Murray and a few others. I said, you are allowed to share it with Murray and no others. Really? And I said, and if you want to do that, that's fine, if he chooses to hear it. I said, but I would really prefer that you did not share it with anyone else. Right. And maybe he's looking for a second opinion to the information I shared with him. And I have to be very honest with you here too, Mary. I don't recall everything I said. As a matter of fact, I don't even recall a tenth of what I said to him because I'm not fully present. They are. They're the ones that do the talking. That doesn't sound any different than me. But if somebody knows me well enough, they can sense an energetic shift when they're chatting compared to when I chat, right? Yeah. And so I don't really remember all of it, except for that I do know what they shared with me is that it was taken out of context. Because it wasn't long after that he posted, I guess, to the website, and I got some emails about that people copy and pasted what he had put on the website about, you know, he just had a reading done by me, and he's not possessed, he's all this other things. And I was like, and I really, all I wanted to do was lay my head down and cry. Yeah. Because I was like, well, and I don't remember, but I get an overall feeling of that wasn't the point behind this, was to prove he was right and everybody else was wrong, or vice versa. Yes. None of that took place. And then there was a lot of the conversation that nobody will hear because it wasn't recorded. Oh. And he asked for that specifically. So I honored his request because that's what they do. That's what the Elohim do, even if they advise against it. So, that being said, whatever, he thinks very highly of you, obviously. He, must think that you're still part of the group. I don't know. Maybe it's an enticement. You have to tell me. I don't really know. I don't know why. It kind of surprised me when you said, well, I haven't really been involved with it for a while. And, here he was contacting.
Hasn't been a long while. I think that, okay.
Deep breath.
So,
you're talking to me.
Okay. It's kind of freaking me out, Like, I just come for... Are you there?
Yes.
Okay, sorry, I heard a change in static. It's okay. I came here for some study, and I'm getting brought into stuff, and I'm having information from Alf, the easy one. I can see him now for what he was. I saw him for what he was in Niagara Falls. I had to see the man in the eye. I saw him in the eye, and I saw what he was. From a human perspective, he's like me as far as his appetites, right? But the difference between him and me is I've done the work, and he hasn't, and he's imploded this group because of his own behavior. Why is way above my pay grade. If I have to know, fine. But what I see is a bunch of people with good intentions, good people that I like. I'm starting to really love some of them, and it's just blown to shit. And fine. Okay, I was right. I'm not going to go around saying I told you so from a 3D point of view, but this man needs treatment and he needs a time away. And if I met him in an AA meeting, I wouldn't say, hey, you're back. Great. Let's go over the steps. We'll get you recovered. And then you can go right back to teaching me about the ascension of the fucking universe. I don't think so. Not for a year. Now, that's plainly speaking. Thank you.
Oh, yeah, I'm good with that. I'm good with plain speak.
That's where I am with this. Now, I'm staying behind watching the World Karma because I know what he's like, and I'd like to give anybody who wants to drag through the mud kind of a heads up. He pulled that shit with me the night before Niagara Falls. He started in with this huge thing. I can't get it off of the Skype. I didn't save it at the time, but I mean the things he's done to other people, I had my own experience of, which I can't document. And then meet in Niagara Falls the next day, and everything's lovey-dovey. And he just looked at me, with that. He just looked at me. He says, "Relax. This isn't RTP." He says, "We're here on vacation." And I, you fucker. Anyway, and then he wouldn't go near my wife. He had hardly any time. It's not that he had time for anybody, but it's not like he's my buddy.
Right.
I believe that and I know it's other people I've talked to believe the same thing. He's trying to salvage what he can back from the group to get the people back that haven't left yet, one way or another. I'm sure he's got a different plan for each individual, and the way he's trying to get to me is through this thing. And if he wants to, my obligation has been in the 12th step of the program is to carry the message, try to carry the message to whoever asks me. Now, if they don't do the work, I'm done. Thank you. Call me, I'm available. If you don't call me, I'm done. And that's where I'm at with him. If he wants me to listen to something that's not AA, I have no interest in that.
Okay, good. All right. So what they're sharing with me is that you have a very good handle on everything. And by the way, your story is not unlike 2 or 3 other stories that I've already heard from a while ago. Mm-hmm. And very fascinating. He wears a couple of different faces.
A couple?
Well, the one that he shows to the outside world and the one he shows to the group. And then I'm sure there are other faces that you and I aren't privy to because we don't live with him and we don't have that kind of relationship with him. We're not buddies with him, that kind of a thing. My suggestion would be, and it's only a suggestion, Murray, certainly only a suggestion, is that you stick to your guns and you can listen if you want, and I always give everyone the option of telling me their story. And then when they're all done, if I feel like I need to respond, I do. Otherwise, I go, okay, so thank you for sharing. Now, let me tell you what I have to say. And then you say what you think you need to say to them. Understand that it doesn't matter what you say. It will only be heard by the ears that can turn it to a way that still does not represent accountability.
Yes.
I found that out today, and again, my intentions were pure and honorable, was to give him the information that he needed in order to understand that there's a difference between being possessed and a difference between being possessed and somebody who drinks alcohol. There's a way big difference. The little things that come in and start chewing at you are not demons. They're demon-like, but it's because you're an open vessel. Yes. That doesn't mean that they get inside of you and they possess your body and make you, make you spit green soup out of your mouth.
Right.
It is a state of mind and a state of beingness because you're not mindful of what you're doing. Instead, you're just this open book, and every negative thing is attracted to that because you have no filters.
Right.
That's what that means. Alcohol is a no-filter state of being. That's why they call it liquid courage. I call it liquid stupidity.
Yes.
People do a lot of stupid things when they're drinking.
Mm-hmm.
And then they remember some of the time the next day, and then they get humiliated and feel guilty. Some people just carry that guilt on, and they use the drink in order to stop the guilt. And he was told in not so simple terms that he chose to lower his vibration when he did that, and that if he wanted to be a teacher, that he had to quit doing that. Teachers don't do that. That's not what a teacher is about. It's not do as I say, not as I do. And you can't there's nothing wrong with kicking back and relaxing when you're on vacation, but it's quite another to take that to the extreme.
Mm.
To a point where you're not recognizable as a person who is supposed to be a leader. He's not honoring his goal.
No.
So, that being said, you can do what you will with it. We've spent enough time talking about that.
Okay.
The one thing I want you to know, though, I want to leave you with this in regards to that situation. I want you to know that whatever you decide to do with Alf is okay. That if you're not comfortable, you're not comfortable. If you are, you are. If you wish to help, then help. If you don't, don't. There is no right or wrong here for you in regards to this. There's only what you think you can do to assist.
Okay.
If you can't assist, you can't assist, then you tell them, I can't assist you. I can't help you with that.
Okay.
And then breathe the sigh of relief and release it and learn what you've learned from it. Glean what you can from it.
Right.
And God love you. You've went through hell and back, and the disillusionment of your life continues when you found a teacher, and the teacher became something other than it was recognizable to you. So
the others talk so highly of him. I need to just say this: like the others talk so highly of him that were with him from before, and Andrea says, and I agree with her, that the book is complete. That was a real message, and I have no way to say that's not true. And the book is wonderful, in my opinion, as long as it holds water. Now, credibility is an issue, however. But what came after that, that's when I came after. I came along, like the book was, it's in print, was about the first post I ever saw. And I never saw a man like that. I never saw an entity, whatever the right word is. I never saw anybody. I've been in rooms full of spiritual people for a long time now. Some are sick, some are well, some are just bright, glowing. And I can tell the difference. Mm-hmm. Now, this work, back to homework, what you gave me on the other thing, it's working.
Good.
Stuff is happening. I've been trying the little practices you gave me, and you said I'm an experimenter kind of guy, so I'm putting a twist on it and, coming up with new way. My focus became, what would I have done in any foreseeable incarnation as a human, right? Like what I would have walked, I would have made a fire, I would have, things like that. I've tried to find, and I'm able to do stuff like that. So but the biggest producer of insights is when I'm driving still. It's still things go, wow, that's not a memory. Like that didn't happen to me, and it's not imagination. I know I write stuff all the time. I know what that looks like. It's not a movie. It's like, wow, I remember that, but it didn't happen to me. A couple of little things, and it's made me curious, I guess. It makes me go, oh, okay.
So where does that come from?
Yeah, well, I understand the theory, but now I'm going,
Let's see if we can do it in practice.
Yes.
Consciously.
I want more. I'm an addict, remember.
And some addictions are good, babe, as long as you don't carry them out too far, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Right. I'm addicted to food, man. I understand if I don't eat it, I probably wouldn't be here much longer, right?
That's right. Me, I'm having a problem with oxygen. I think I'm breathing at night even. I've tried stopping. It's almost impossible. I can't. Not for long.
Yeah, I got addicted to that myself, man.
Dependent. What am I supposed to do?
Yeah. There you go, oxygen dependent. I love that. That's so cute. Okay. So if you want to accomplish, let me see what they're saying. If you want to accomplish tonight, getting to a point where you can do a recall, so to speak, on different timelines that you might have existed in. What I do in these sessions is I don't specifically lead you to any specific point. What I do is I lead you to a doorway that opens for you that's your unique door that you can walk through, and then once you walk through that door always becomes available to you.
Okay.
And each time you walk through that door will be a different experience, a different memory, a different recall, a different situation, or an expanded view on one that you looked at before. Does that make sense?
Sure.
So let's tell a story here real quick before we do this. The story is I had a fascinating man that was part of my I was doing these monthly classes, group sessions, if you were, on past life regressions. So this man had this vision, this dream of where he was at, or this whatever experience. He was standing on a hill, and he was surrounded by a bunch of soldiers, but he wasn't wearing the same kind of clothing that they were. And he was looking down, and his whole village was dead, and they had burned all of his village. And he was crying. He said, I killed them, and I killed them all. And he came out of that regression, and we talked about it afterwards. And I said, well, here's the point. You arrived at a certain point, but what happened before then? How did you actually get to that hill? And he said, well, I don't know. And I said, well, that's what you have to explore. You have to explore the series of events that led you to that moment that you witnessed. What you did was just take a little snapshot of a very long scenario. And without seeing the whole picture, what you're looking at in that moment is just that moment. And it can be interpreted a million different ways. But what you need to do now is to find out the truth of how you arrived on that hill. Then once you do that, in another setting, you will come back in and you will look at what happens after that moment that you experienced in the original scene that was shown to you.
Right.
Now your picture, in regards to this situation, is more complete and more accurate. And so that's what the point behind one of these regressions is to get you to a point where you witness or view something of your own existence in another timeline, right? And you bring that information back. And when you bring it back, you're able then to go back into it, expand it if you need to, before and after whatever it was that you witnessed. And usually what's in there is something that you're carrying around within you as a personality quirk, as an issue, whether it be you have a fear of spiders that's just, totally off the wall, and you find out why you now have a fear of spiders, you can then get rid of it because you understand that you came in with it. It wasn't what was created, that you created in this life cycle. We find that with many, many situations, such as your situation with this group. I suspect that some of your travels in some timelines will get you to understand who he truly is and why you needed to witness that in this life cycle.
Okay.
And this will not be just because of him. What it is about learning about yourself. It has nothing to do with anybody else but you.
Right.
And it's learning what makes you tick, what makes you operate, why you got this quirk, why do you got that thing going on, why am I like this in a relationship. Many, many different things can be revealed to the individual who seeks the answers. Make sense?
Thank you, yes.
Okay. So now what I'm going to ask you is, are you in a place where you can be comfortable? I mean, I know you said you didn't have your microphone plugged in.
No, I'm good here now.
Okay.
Everybody went to bed. That's why I made it so late.
Okay, it's all good then.
Yeah.
So what I want you to do now, Marie, is this is going to, it doesn't take very long to do one of these. It usually takes only about 20 minutes, believe it or not, because I'm just going to take you to a picture. And that's what you'll find. But what I'm really doing here is I'm carving out the road for you. I'm opening up a gateway, and I'm holding the energy for you as you make your way through this gateway, and I call it finding your safe place. You will create this safe place, and I'll show you how that's done by you creating the safe place, so that anytime you want to go back into this space again, you can find your way back. And it's a place that you created, so nobody really knows the path there to it but you. I just open a door for you, and I just hold that energy for you. Now, one of the things that I want to share with you is that if at any time during this process you feel uncomfortable, that you feel freaked out in any way whatsoever, you simply just have to tell me and let me help you through it. Okay. There'll be no preloaded information. There'll be no backloaded information. The only thing that I will suggest to you during this course is that you have clear memory of everything that you witnessed during this session. That's it. And that you feel comfortable. That's it. Okay. So just want to let you know, no invasive tactics here. All right? So, if you will, I want you to kind of scoot around in wherever you're sitting or laying back at, and I want you to just get really, really comfortable. I just want you to close your eyes. Scooch around and make sure you're comfortable. And we close our eyes so that we don't let the outside world come in and interfere visually with what we're experiencing internally as well as externally on an energetic, metaphysical level. So as you have your eyes closed, I want you to take a nice, slow, deep breath in through the nose. Breathe it in slowly and easily. And then when you exhale, I need you to exhale through your mouth, very easy and gently. And as you do, you can feel yourself relax just a little bit. Just relax. Just breathe easily and normally in between. And this time I want you to really focus on pulling that air in through your nose deeper, way deep down in the bottom of your lungs, and pulling it up nice and slow and easy. No hurry. We're being gentle with ourselves. We're filling our lungs. We're expanding them. And then we're gently releasing that through our mouth. And as you do, you'll find your shoulders drop just a little bit. Your body relaxes a little bit. And the tensions are a little less in your body. And you become feeling very relaxed. I'm going to take another nice, slow, deep breath in through the nose. And we're going to pull that energy up through the bottoms of our feet. We're going to pull that breath up, that energy. We're going to pull it up. We're going to expand our lungs. Just let ourselves get filled. And then we're going to release. And now the body completely relaxes and feeling comfortable. The shoulders are relaxed, the neck, the arms, the legs, everything is relaxed. Breathing easily and normally. And you're going to pay attention to the bottoms of your feet. And this time you're going to reach down into Mother Earth and you're going to pull up that beautiful, nurturing, secure, loving, nurturing presence of Mother Earth. And you're going to pull that energy up and take a deep breath in. And you're going to allow that energy to fill you and allow your lungs to fill all that wonderful breath. And as you exhale, you feel that energy of Mother Earth as she has grounded you and tethered you here. Safety net, feeling safe and secure. Allowing that energy just to settle in and become part of who you are for the moment. Then we're going to open up our crown chakra and we're going to reach out into the ethers, into that space of love and honor and protection, that light, whatever that beautiful color of light is. And we're going to pull that light down as we take a deep breath in and allow that energy now to fill our body of the highest wisdom, the highest protection, the highest healing, and the highest good. And we're going to pull that energy in with that breath. And then we're going to release the breath. And all of the rest of the negativity and toxicity has left your body. And you now have both the divine and the Divine Mother flowing within you, melding, keeping you safe and protected, and feeling beautiful and wonderful, safe and secure, and listening to the sound of my voice. I want you to take one more nice deep breath in, and exhale. And on this next exhale, you're going to find yourself standing next to a beautiful stream. It's close to an open field. The stream has got beautiful clear water. It's not very wide. There's a beautiful soft sound that it makes as it flows gently and easily over the beautiful rocks. The sun is out. There's a gentle breeze blowing. You acclimate yourself to this place, to the sounds and to the smell, to the beauty, the serenity, and the peace. It's beautiful here. As you look out onto the horizon not far in front of you, you see through this open field it looks like a path that leads to a very small line of trees. They're not real thick. You're going to follow this path. Once you get to the top of this path, you'll see this path continues through this small line of trees. And as you walk through this path and come through this little grove of trees to the other side, it opens up again. And here's where you find a structure, a building. This is what you would call your safe place. Now I want you to try to hold a vision of that place. It can be a house, it can be a shack, it can be made out of wood, out of metal, out of stone, out of rock. It can be tall, it can be small. It can be a hole in the ground, a barn. Whatever feels like this is your safe place. And then I want you to walk up to your safe place, and I want you to tell me, what are you viewing? What do you see before you?
See, there's a lake, a pine tree. It's like a lake around here. Uh-oh.
I'm here.
Okay, so it's breaking in, right? It's a summer day, sunny. The creek's still there. It's not far.
What's your structure look like?
Sort of like a cottage, I guess. Small. Comfortable.
See a door there?
In the building, yeah.
What's your door made of?
Wood planks, 1x6 and stuff. Rough.
Okay. So I want you to walk up to the door. I want you to open it and then walk through. And as you walk through the door, tell me what you see.
Looks big now. Much bigger. It's like a hall. It's like a big hall. Like an old-fashioned castle kind of hall, I guess. It's not real clear.
It's okay. All right. So shut the door behind you and move into your doorway, into this space a little deeper. Then I want you to stop here and take a nice, slow, deep breath in and exhale. And as you do, recognize the magic of that which you've just created. This is your safe place. This is a place of your own construction. And it may change. It may stay the same. It may get bigger or smaller in the inside. Because as you change, so will the potential of that safe place. For it is a reflection of that which makes you comfortable. A place of knowingness, security, and safety. Now, get your senses going. And as you're standing there, do you sense a guide or magical entity anywhere in your close proximity?
Maybe. Not particularly, no.
Okay. Well, we're going to seek them out here in just a moment. So what I would like for you to do is somewhere close at hand, there's going to be an opening or a door that leads to a lower level. I want you to walk around and tell me when you have found that.
Okay. Yep.
Okay, is there a doorway or is it a door?
It's like a little stairwell going down. I guess it's a door.
Okay. Now we're going to descend down here because down here is where you are going to find yourself in a place that's filled with all of the past lives, all the existences that you've ever had. They may not all show themselves, but as we walk slowly down these stairs, we're going to descend down these stairs. We're going to go very, very slow down these stairs. We're going to go deeper and deeper down these stairs. You can continue to walk down and going deeper and deeper. And as you do, you're listening to the sound of my voice. We're all safe. We're comfortable. And we're going to continue our descent down these stairs, these magical stairs. And as you get close to the end of these stairs, you're going to see or sense some kind of illumination coming so that you know that the end of the stairs are here. Once you get down to the bottom of these stairs, it should open up either into a hallway or it can open up into a room with hallways off of them. So when you get down to the bottom of the stairs and you step into this space, tell me what you see.
It's like a more natural underground, like caves or rocks and stuff, like a little creek in there, some water.
Okay. Now, do you see or do you notice hallways? And these are going to be hallways with doors on them.
Yeah.
Okay, do you see that?
Yes.
Okay. So what I want you to do is to stand here for a moment, and I want you to take a nice, slow, deep breath in and exhale. Acclimate yourself to the energetics, to the environment. And then I want you to call upon your guide, your angels, whomever it is, to assist you in finding a door into one of your lives that would be pertinent important or imperative information that you get to view with their assistance. Let me know if anyone shows up.
Well, yeah, but it looks like a video game character.
They come in all shapes and sizes, honey.
Okay, there's something there then.
Okay, and how does it feel to you? I know what it looks like to you, but besides that, how does it feel to you? Does it feel like a spiritual being?
I guess, yeah.
Okay.
I'm willing to believe it is. I'm sorry.
That's okay. Can you communicate with this being?
Okay.
If you nod or if you say, hello, welcome, what is your name, do you get a feeling or some kind of a response, whether it be telepathic or any other way?
Seems aware of me there, I think, yeah.
Okay. And ask this entity being, are you here to assist me in my quest for this day?
Okay.
What is the answer?
Well, I'm not really getting an answer. I hear people yelling downstairs. I'm having focus problems.
Okay, take a deep breath.
Yeah.
Whenever you feel you've lost the connection, take a nice, slow, deep breath in, listening to the sound of my voice, and release. We are here in your safe place where no one may intrude without your permission. They may not intrude without your permission. Okay? Listening to the sound of my voice and standing in this room, in this space, you then ask that entity that showed up, thank them, ask them to leave, take another nice, slow, deep breath in, and call upon the highest being that will come forward, show themselves to you in some manner to assist you in the hallway of doors into life cycles that you need to know about. Let me know by listening and paying attention to your environment if another entity shows up, and please explain to me what they look like and the interaction that you may be having. And always taking a nice, slow, deep breath in when you lose your focus.
It's a dwarf.
Okay?
Yeah.
Okay?
Okay.
And ask this dwarf, are you here to assist me in finding a door, helping me to find the right door for this journey tonight?
He sees me now. Okay. Yeah. I see a little guy, not little, but a short person.
Okay. All right. Now, if you stop for just a moment while keeping your attention on this entity, please understand that I'm actually standing right behind you, that even though you have a guide here present for you, that should you need anything, I'm standing right here in that space with you, and I will also not leave you as you experience whatever it is you're going to be seeing today. Okay?
Okay.
So you have a lot of protection, a lot of guidance. There's no right or wrong way of this going on. So now let's descend, or let's go forward down this hallway and ask the entity to stop in front of the door of a past life, of another timeline that would be helpful for you at this time based on the questions that you've been having. And when you arrive at a door, let me know.
Okay.
What does this door look like?
It's still in under the ground. It's like an arch, kind of a just cut. It's an opening, really. I don't think there's even a door. That's right. Yeah, like a gate.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. So turn to this entity and ask him if this is the doorway that he wishes you to go through to experience a past life tonight.
Okay. Yes.
Okay. Does this gate have a latch on it?
Yeah. Yep.
Okay, what's it made of? Metal?
Old iron. Yeah.
Okay, is it rusty?
No.
Okay. Now what I want you to do is to unlatch the gate, push the gate open, and I want you to pay attention to your feet. I want you to look down at your feet. And after this gate is opened, I want you to walk over the threshold and then look down at your feet again and tell me what you see.
Dirt.
What's on your feet?
Bare feet.
You're barefooted? Okay. Do you think you're male or female based on your feet?
Male.
Okay. So follow your eyes upward. What are you wearing on your legs?
Looks like a kilt.
Okay, so you're in a kind of a kilt?
Kind of a short, yeah. Shorts, maybe.
Okay.
Something.
Okay.
Knees are exposed.
Okay. Now, follow your eyes up. What are you wearing for a shirt or a top?
It's leather. Looks like heavy leather.
Okay. Now look at your arms.
Bare arms.
Bare arms?
Yep.
Are your arms hairy? Are they not so hairy?
No, not terribly. I don't think so.
Okay. Now put your hand on top of your head. Is your hair longer or shorter? Is it coarse or soft? Curly or straight?
Curly.
Okay. Can you tell what color your hair is?
Dark. Black.
Okay. Does that resemble anything you look like today?
No.
Okay. Now, I want you to look outwards. What do you see as you look up and look outwards? Where are you at?
I'm not in my room anymore. I'm outside.
Okay.
Big, like water plane or something.
Okay. Anybody else around? Any noises?
It seems wild. No, it's quiet.
Okay.
It's nature and natural, though.
Okay. Do you have a weapon?
Yeah. Long spear kind of thing.
Okay. And as you stand here, what do you think your purpose is for being right here, right now? Are you hunting? Are you traveling? Are you going to? Or are you coming from somewhere?
I'm watching. I'm on watch. I'm watching, I think.
What are you watching for?
You just look. Just
okay.
For anything, right?
Move forward.
Movement, okay.
Move forward and see what else comes into your view. Is there a road, a path, a village, smells, anything?
It's like a camp. It's like a camp by a river now. It's like a little valley, shallow valley with a river in it. Like, not a river, smaller.
Stream.
It's like a little village, but temporary. It's like a camp.
Okay. Who else there in that camp with you besides yourself?
Could be a family. Could be, I don't know. I can't see a lot of people, but it seems like there's a group. Maybe like a family-sized group here.
Okay. 6, 8 people, something like that.
Maybe yeah, not that many. But this feels like not alone. Like it looks like a hunting party or something. Really.
Okay. Any females in the group or all males?
No, females too.
Okay.
Some.
Okay. So is there anybody there for you to talk to right at the moment?
Yeah, by the fire.
Okay. Go over and sit by them and tell me what they look like.
It's an old person. Like
An elder?
Like the elder, yeah, that's who I would talk to.
Mm-hmm.
I was there.
So ask the elder, what am I doing here?
Just not really saying anything. It's just quiet.
Okay. You're not asking the right questions then.
Okay.
Should
I be saying this out loud or just...
No, you're telepathically communicating with this elder. This elder knows your presence, knows that you're there, knows that I'm there. The elder can see you. And that was the distinct message I got, was that we weren't asking the right questions. So let's ask a different question. If you were in my position, what question would you ask of yourself? And see if he answers.
How to survive.
Why is it necessary for you to understand?
Because it's different. It's changing. It's not really what he's... I don't know. It feels like he's trying to tell me something.
Let him speak.
Just to look after the land. It's funny. It's like a native... It's old. This is very old.
Tribal. So the question you might want to ask him is, you know of my journey here and why I have ventured back into this space. See if he answers or acknowledges that. Did he hear you?
Let me try. It's gathering. There's a gathering. It reminds me of a clan gathering, is what it seems like. But it's not.
Okay.
It's weird. It's. I don't know. It must be a bad thing because it just feels. I feel strange.
It is strange to you. So let me ask you to ask him this. Say, I have ventured back here today in order to understand what I can learn from this in a conscious way to assist me in the time that I now consciously exist in. Why am I here to view this? What is it that I am supposed to see, witness, or experience? Now you can hear everything I'm saying, but the questions must come from you. There is a purpose for you to be here. What is that purpose?
Wants to change. It's like it's getting misty white, like I'm losing focus of the whole.
Well, okay, so let's go ahead and back out.
Okay.
First of all, thank him for what little time he was able to spend with you tonight. Then back out, step back into the hallway, close the gate behind you. Let me know when you're there.
Yeah, it's okay.
Okay. So I would suggest to you that this is the beginning of creating family, a cohesive group. This was one of your first experiences in group. It's because it's very old and very ancient. I'm not even sure if it actually took place on this planet, to tell you the truth, Murray.
They don't look like humans.
Yeah.
They look like monkeys. They're not.
Yeah. It just felt like you were literally in another energetic space besides on this planet. Or certainly before this planet was...
it was like Planet of the Cave Bear old. It was caveman old.
Yeah, very odd. I've had one experiences like that, and let me share with you is that particular kind of an experience really has a different energy. It may have been on this planet, but it was a whole different planet because there was different times on this planet when it was very, very primitive. And the energetics here were very odd and different. It would not feel like this planet even though it was. It feels almost off-planet. So I'm not real sure. I've asked the Elohim about it, but they don't seem to want to imbue information as to its relevance or importance at this point. Okay. So let us move down the hallway and see if we can get you into one more room. Have your guy there, your little shorter person.
Oh, I left him in the other room.
No,
he'll be alone.
Yeah, he will.
Okay.
And have him walk along, or just walk along until you see a door or doorway, and you feel compelled to stop, because what you're looking for is something that can assist you based on your most recent experiences here and some of the internal questions you have of what you need for inner guidance, for your own growth, and your ability to break cycles or patterns or to become aware of something you need to change or to learn about. Okay? When you arrive at a door, let me know. What's it look like?
Well, really, it looks like a door from a video game. But it's more blocky, it's still a tunnel here, but it's like a more heavy wooden door. Iron hinges and stuff, more heavier.
Okay. So we're going to do the same thing. I'm going to have you open the door, look at your feet, cross over the threshold, and tell me what you're wearing on your feet.
Looks like armor. Boots or something. Steel boots, some kind of heavy boots.
A warrior.
Maybe.
Yeah, so...
Stone on the floor this time.
Okay, so look up. Where are you at? You inside a castle?
Looks like a church. It's big, like a church.
A church?
Well,
yeah.
Big like a church. I don't know if it's like church. Yeah.
Okay, what else do you see?
It looks like a castle. There's... It could be like a government chamber or something. Like a gallery in that big area.
Okay. What noises do you hear? Conversation, smells?
There's nobody. It's empty, you see.
Why are you there? Stop and think. Why are you there?
I'm there to meet with people.
Okay.
Now there's a table. There's people at the table.
Okay.
4 or 5, I guess.
They all wearing the same thing.
Yeah.
Okay.
Well, yeah, I guess. Yeah.
Okay. Don't second guess yourself.
No, it looks like a church.
Okay. So let's go over to the table and let's ask. So what are we all doing here? What I want you to do now is I want you to ask all the questions that you possibly can. What am I doing here? What's the purpose of this meeting? Where are we at? What's my job? What am I supposed to be doing? I want you to find out who these people are to you, what you're there for, because you've obviously shown up here for something to be examined by you. So when you have conversed with everybody that you can converse with, if you get stuck, let me know. In the meantime, I'm going to sit back and just let you do your thing. If at any time you have any difficulties, let me know.
Okay. Gary told me about this place. I can see faces on the people. I mean, I know who they are.
Do you know them in this life cycle?
Yeah. I know who I'm imagining and seeing. There's Gary on the end of the table on the left. I think it's Andrea, Patricia. No. Lisa's in the middle. Marta is there, and then I don't know, somebody on the end, like not the last one outside. The chair in the end is empty, I guess.
Who are you waiting for?
Zed, South.
Okay, is he showing up?
He's walking over.
Okay. What is your mission?
This guy's fucked. We gotta. I'm hot-headed here.
It's okay.
No, I'm just saying. I don't feel hot-headed. It's like what I'm seeing is I'm not excited. I'm not happy about this. Anyway, it's all bullshit, and it's got to be figured out. But
take a deep breath.
Things are just off the rails.
Is there a action being taken against others? Is there something that you're supposed to be doing that you don't feel is right?
No. It's like he's gonna. It's like he's having to account, right, for what he's doing.
Justifying it?
Man, yeah, like, I don't know what he's saying. I'm not listening. Because he's fucked. Like, you can't reason with a man. There's no talking to somebody like this. So it's just a waste. I don't know what else is going on. These other people it's just, nobody wants to tell me because I have to figure it out. I get that. But something's broken. I'm not seeing something. I don't know. I'm not broken. Just
okay.
Worn.
Okay, take a deep breath. I want you to hang on to this. I want you to remember this. Okay? And before we exit, is there anything else that you need to look at or see at this point?
I need to know this is God doing this. I need to know. I'm looking up for light. I'm looking up for guidance. And, there's light there, strong. I know it's right. And I'll find out. They're telling me that this isn't just in this session now, but I'm part of something. You said that too. Part of something.
Was this the beginning time of being a part of something?
It's like assignments, maybe. Yeah, maybe, eh?
Mm-hmm.
This isn't like, no, hey.
Or a turning point.
This isn't, this isn't an after, this is a before.
Yeah.
Feels neat. I don't see anything else here that
needs to be done in the moment.
It's not now. It's a memory.
Oh, for sure. We're going to talk about that here in a few minutes.
That's it. I guess.
Okay. What I want you to do is to hold on to everything that you just viewed and witnessed. I want you to make sure your little guy there walks out with you. When you get to the hallway, let me know.
Okay.
Okay. Now I want you to find your way back to the stairs. Bottom of the stairs.
Mm-hmm.
Thank the man that was here with you for his assistance and his guidance, because that was very powerful. Now we're going to go up the stairs and climb up and up. As we do, we're going to become a little bit more aware of everything. We're going to keep going up those stairs and up those stairs until we reach the top, and then we're going to step into that room. And once you get into that room, has it changed at all?
Yeah.
What's different about it?
Well, bigger, maybe more modern looking.
Okay.
Not much different though.
No, it doesn't have to be.
Nicer.
Okay.
I like the spot, but never mind.
It's good. This is good. This is good. This is your creation. This is your safe place. And it must feel good to you. So what I want you to do is take a nice deep breath and drink that place in. Yeah. And just know every time that you come here is that this safe place may or may not look the same, but it'll always be just as strong, if not stronger and more magical. And tell everyone that was there assisting you thank you. Let them know you will return, exit out, find your way back up to that beautiful...
This has always been my place. I know this spot. This is...
Good. Good.
No, I mean, really.
No, and I mean really good.
No, thank you. No, it's like... Okay.
Mm-hmm. Make your way back through that path to that open field.
Mm-hmm.
And down that little path to where you started, where you're by that brook, stream. I want you to look up at the sky and that beautiful sun and feel that breeze blowing in your face for one more moment. And taking a nice deep breath in. I'm going to count backwards from 5 to 1. And when we get to 1, take a deep breath. And then when you're ready, I want you to open your eyes. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Okay.
Wow.
Powerful stuff.
Did you hypnotize me?
I did not.
No, I know. That was amazing.
It's a form
Very
of it.
amazing imagery.
It's the form of it. It's what the Elohim taught me many, many years ago. Very powerful stuff.
Well, I'm not against those.
Yeah, because you're very conscious of it. I make sure there's no invasive stuff where you're not awake. You're actually awake, experiencing it, feeling it, and sensing it, and you can bring it back with you because that's the point, is to remember it. So let's get back to the elder. My opinion is, and that's all this is at this point, in regards to the first place was actually the rudiments or the beginnings of group. Okay?
Mm-hmm.
In its very odd, strange form. Having to work together as a team, as a unit, for survival. Mm-hmm. But it was a different kind of survival back then. It was a physical survival.
Yes.
Not so much a spiritual survival. Okay? Remember, there was no religion. There was none of that in that first space that we were in. Mm. But it was the beginnings of group. At least as far as you're concerned at this point, right?
Okay.
The second one, I'm going to leave you with some thoughts. The thought is that it actually quite surprised me that the people showed up that did show up, because these are the very same people that are in this group, which is why you were drawn to this group. Here are the same people that were in a group before, eons ago. There had to have been a mission or an idea of why you were all meeting. People don't just meet for the purpose of meeting. There's a purpose behind it. That being said, I believe this is where the beginnings for you started of questioning what it is you were listening to from others whom you were listening to. But the interesting point is that what I'd love for you to do, if you're able to do it on your own, if not, then I want you to give me a call, I'll walk you through it again. We'll get you to that place. But what I would like for you to do is to explore before you walked in there. You found yourself in the place. It was like that story I was telling you about that gentleman. Right. You knew you were going to be there. It wasn't just like you just showed up and everybody else just happened to show up too. So you knew about this meeting. So obviously you knew these people before you got there. Mm-hmm. So the question is how did you know them? Where did you know them? Who are you affiliated with? And how come you all were meeting there?
There was fighting.
You were in a war?
There was fighting. I was coming inside, and I guess like reporting is like it's just not good, right? I don't know what I was saying, but I'm holding the helmet and I've got like blood or something. And I don't know. I'm in disarray.
And so these other people are who?
They're the government or something, like higher level. Like, yeah. I don't know. It's like,
now, was that a social?
No.
Was that a social or a cultural position?
What? These people?
Yes. You said they're a higher level than you.
Yeah. It's like civilian. It's not. It's like the rulers. It's not, but it's not one. It's not like a king. It's a group. It's a round table. Not a round. It's a long table.
Okay.
Anyway,
I want you to think about what you're saying here.
Okay.
You're saying that you were kind of the low man on the totem pole.
Mm-hmm.
That you came in and these people were of more authority than you because A, they'd either been there longer than you, or B, whatever else the other reason is. But do you see that you also have to look at the cultural times?
Right.
You had peasants, you had warriors, you had kings, you had royalty, you had whatever, military.
Mm-hmm.
Everyone had a position, and that position was adhered to. You didn't step out of the boundaries of that, which made the people that were with titles lesser than those with a higher title also feel like they were lesser than. Doesn't mean they were. I mean, you had kings and queens that were born into being kingdoms and queendoms, right? Didn't make them responsible, loving, intelligent people. They just happened to be born into it. Do you see what I'm saying? That there were people that were smarter or better or kinder or loving or whatever than they were. But social status says, hey, they can't be given the rules and regulations because they're not of royalty.
Yeah.
So you understand
No, I've come up from the beginning, the bottom ranks, and it's like an officer's uniform. It's not a grunt soldier.
Right,
it's
but
like
still in all, you said...
But still one of the... Yes.
You still said to me, I'm not as high as they are.
Yes.
They're higher than I am.
Yes.
Because you're basing it on the social structure of the time.
I get it, yeah.
You understand?
That's how it looks, yeah.
Yeah, and exactly. But that's not how it felt to you.
No. Because I know what's going on, and they don't see it. I don't know.
Okay, so what was
it that you want?
No, it's not too late. It's never too late.
I mean for them it was... I'm saying it looks like it's too late. It's here, whatever this is.
Okay.
I don't know.
It's a war, it's a battle that's arrived on the doorstep.
You said there.
Okay, so...
Now do you believe me?
Yeah, so, that being said, what do you think is going on in Elf Scoop right now?
Well, I have intellectual information they gave me too, a bit. So I think I know what Andrea told me. He's trying to pull some shit with her and Danielle, Dee, and he did something in Australia, and he's trying to get power that he needs. And I see him as a con man. I mean, just see him as a man. I don't see any. There's nothing. I've seen spiritual people. This guy is an asshole, and that's my opinion. And just deal with it. It's
not any less than really what you felt like in those days, is it?
No.
Right?
It's like always like that.
Do you see what I'm saying? What you felt about him then is what you feel about him now.
Yeah. No. I know what you're saying. It's
an unresolved issue.
I can see him. Yeah.
Now you need to go back to that. When you can, you need to go back to that space. And here's what you do. You remove everything that you think of what you're seeing, and you force the people in there to listen. You force them to listen to what you're saying because you control it. It's your lifetime, not theirs. They're not in there with you in that moment. You have arrived there. They're not there. What you're doing is simply viewing a movie, your movie. But now you can change the script at any time because that's the power you wield. Because it's your movie, right? From your perspective. You wrote the script. Now you can change it. And at this point, what you need to do is to figure out exactly what you need to say, what you need to do, in order to break the chains that bind you and understand why you have allowed yourself to revisit this again. Because only until you get to the point of recognition of why you found yourself in the same identical place, because there's an unresolved issue, and the issue started with a point of origin, which was there. That's the point of origin.
That's the point, right. You said there, the last time, you said there's going to be one. And you're saying you feel that's it?
That's the point of origin to this issue.
This one, yeah.
Yes.
Okay.
To this issue. And so it would behoove you to go in there before you make any final determinations to figure out exactly what the stance is. What is the spiritual connotations, the physical connotations, the emotional connotations? Are you yourself feeling less than because of the status of the time? Remember, this is about social class. And in those days, there was social structure. You didn't overstep your boundaries. I didn't agree with them then, and I don't agree with them now. People are just people. I don't care what their title is.
Yeah.
Their title does not represent anything to me except for something to call them, to identify them. It doesn't mean that's who they are. It's a name that they wear, something entirely different. Okay? So you're going to have to go in there and figure out what is his role, what is the roles of the other people. Then you have to come forward and you have to look at how much of this is still going on. Has any of these people changed? Are they still the same? What is my unresolved issue here? What is it that I didn't speak about that I needed to speak about? because only then can you go back into that original timeline, the point of origin, and you need to break the chain.
I didn't speak up when I was supposed to. There's something I could have said.
Then that's what you need to do, is you need to go back to that timeline and speak what you should have said then. Because you will be speaking what you need to say in this timeline. But the cycle won't be broken until you go to the point of origin and break it from its point of origin. Do you understand?
Yeah.
It's a connection. It's a tie that binds you.
You have to find the spot, yeah.
You have to figure out what it is that happened in that timeline. Does that mimic or mirror a reflection of exactly what's going on here in the now? Was he as big of an asshole? Was he a con man? What was he doing? But you have to be very clear when you're there, Maurice, to not allow your personal feelings to get in the way, and you have to step aside and literally be an observer. Observe what's being said.
I think those feelings were the feelings that of that time. I wasn't like looking at him and Murray was thinking. I was like,
No. I'm not saying that. What I'm saying is, when you go back, you still need to be in observation mode.
Oh, yes. Yeah.
And you need to do that in order to figure out, did you contribute negatively to the reactions?
What was my part in it?
What was your part in it? Everybody has a part. Everybody has a part in the play. That's what we agreed to. And then you have to know, oh, that's something in me that I'm still carrying around. So those are the things that I have to bring back in the now so that I can also clear that. I clear it from the point of origin, but then I clear it now by letting go of that which didn't serve me. It didn't serve me then, and it certainly doesn't serve me now. There may be a few things, not just one. Does that make sense?
Yeah, it's possible, sure.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, work on that. If you get stuck or if you're not sure, as a follow-up, and it's no additional charge to you, I'd be happy to sit down with you and go through this process to see what you've arrived at, and let the Elohim tell me if that's what you need to do.
Okay. How long, like ballpark? Just give it a while, like.
No, you can do it anytime. No, I wouldn't do any more tonight. I'd let what you have.
No. I mean, like sit with this for like days or a few weeks, or we'll see.
I don't think it's going to be a few weeks. I don't think you have that much time.
Okay.
I think they're going to press this point with you a little bit faster than that. So I'm going to say at least a few days. At least a few days. So my suggestion would be is that if you want to communicate with Alf between that and the time you get ready to really tell him what you need to tell him, because now is not the time, because you don't really have all the pieces yet. You don't want.
I don't want to tell him anything in this world. Do I have to? You think?
You will. But he's trying to get a hold of you, so you can. You can simply just write him back and say, look, I'm a little busy for the next, 4 or 5 days or 3 or 4 days or something. Let me get with you real soon.
Do you think I should talk to him? I don't think.
I think you will.
You think I will?
I think you need to, but you won't come to that conclusion until we get to that point. So I don't want you to stress over that, dude.
Okay. I know.
Okay.
That's fine.
Yeah.
I'm in it to do it.
Yeah, at some point you just have to meet whatever the challenge is head on. You've asked for it, and so it's being presented to you.
That's fine. Okay.
Yeah, I don't envy you that. None of it, but it is what it is, and wow, that really was interesting. I wasn't expecting that. So
I don't have a very personal relationship with him, like at all. Like hardly ever talk to him except to answer questions on the site. And now after all this, now he wants. So far, he said Big Book help, and he wants me to play that thing for you. And it's like, what? I guess I'll have to just see what I see. Okay.
Yeah, and again, I would just kind of hold him at arm's bay for a while if you can, until we get this figured out. Because I want to make sure you're really clear on everything that transpires before you decide to know exactly how you're supposed to deal with it one way or the other. It may certainly show up that you don't have to speak with him, but I don't know that for a fact.
Okay, you see that. Okay. That doesn't bother me. I'm just like, nah.
Yeah.
Okay.
And I don't think it'll be exactly what you think it is, and it's good. It's okay.
Okay.
Yeah. Because there was a lot of stuff that was left unsaid in the first time, and in the point of origin. And I suggest there's probably been a couple of other times in between there, and those are not important for you to get to.
Okay.
You need the point of origin and the point of where you want to stop the wheel and get off.
Right, okay.
And that's where you're at.
If that's so, yeah, I see what you're saying. So if I deal with this now, that'll be the end of that. And
yeah, and you're done with it. The cycle is broken. That's what the point behind these are.
Okay.
It's so that you can see your own part in all of this. It also allows you to heal.
Okay.
You know, we all carry traumas that we're not aware of. We don't even know we're carriers of the trauma, which drives our behavior. And we don't even understand what drives our behavior. You see? And so all of it is a benefit to the self. Okay?
Okay.
All right.
No, that was amazing.
Okay.
I didn't think anything was going to happen. And I was like, boom. It's funny because I play video games a lot. And I had to go with a video game tunnel just to get, it worked.
It does.
Once I got going, and then it was like, whoa, I didn't do this.
No, there you go.
Same thing. Like, holy
Yep.
Gary's seen the same thing. I didn't want it to be that, but that's what I saw.
Well, it's all good, man. Well, I'm glad we had a good session here tonight.
Yeah.
And I won't get this to you until tomorrow. Would you like it email, or do you want me to just throw it in your Skype box?
You can put it in this Skype where we're at now. It'd be probably the first thing I'll see. I don't always check email anymore.
Okay. I will throw it in your Skype box.
Last time you did it, I got it that night. I got it within a few minutes. It was amazing.
Yeah. This one is a little longer. We went about an hour and a half tonight.
Really?
So it'll take a little while before this will actually be ready. And it's late for me, and I probably, honestly, to be honest with you, probably won't stay up. But I'm up early, so I'll put it in there. Probably be in there about 5 or 6 o'clock in the morning.
Okay.
So.
So you had a place in upstate Michigan. Is that where you're from?
I'm originally from Michigan, yes.
Because I'm in Muskoka, Ontario.
Oh, yeah, beautiful.
Across the lake, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I have a brother that lives up there, yeah.
Oh, wow. Awesome.
Yeah, I used to live up in Christmas, Michigan up there. And, there's another little town he had. Now he lives down in by Gladstone.
Okay.
So he's in the southern part of the upper peninsula of Michigan, but we whenever I'm up there, I usually try to take a drive to Lake Superior and all them.
Oh, yeah, that's the real bush up there.
Oh, God,
nice.
That's God's country. I don't care what anybody says.
Hey, I was a firefighter for, as a younger man. I was in that bush for real. It was fun.
Oh, it's beautiful.
Yeah.
It's
okay.
beautiful.
I just wanted to mention that. It's like we got a little geographical similarity.
Yeah, I love it. It's
you don't have any accent to me.
What's that?
You don't have any accent to me.
Oh, really? Yeah, there you go. When I moved here, I'm in the Kansas City area, people thought I was from New York. And I was like, you've never spoken to a New Yorker then, have you? Because I don't talk like I'm from New York, you know?
Not at all.
And I still have a little bit of there's still some words that I pronounce that people laugh and ask me where I'm from.
We don't have that Michigan twang. My first girlfriend was from Detroit area. And, they get the accent.
Yep, no, I don't have that. I have more of we were actually more of the French-Canadian influence in where I was at, and there was a lot of French-speaking people, and the Canadians, eh? Yeah, that's what you'll hear me say that a lot, eh?
Canada, eh?
Yeah, Canada, eh? I call them Canadians, eh?
Sean thinks that's the funniest thing when you say and a boot. He can't stop laughing. I don't even want to. I know the words coming up in the sentence. And it's like, oh fuck.
Yeah, I'm in trouble now. There you go.
All right. Well,